Hey guys, how's it going? I did a bunch of work, but I didn't film much of it because I just wanted to stay in the moment. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you start and stop, you start stopping more than you're starting. So I just kind of kept knocking it out. So I guess I'll do an update on where we are. As you can see, the ass end's all sealed up. The latches are on. The pull handle that was on it was ground down from me and other people dragging it down the road, and I went with skateboard wheels for something for the gate to land on, and I kind of mounted it on the center of where all that steel is up there. Well, these are right in the center of it, and it should do its best to protect this lip. He bent the handles up to get them in position, and this has up, across, and down 2 sheets of 3/4 plywood that is press fit between the 2 rails, and it takes up from the light. It sits on the framing from the light and comes up to, I think, 26 inches, so probably right to about here. So that's really stout for the handle to lock into, and these are just in the rail. Cut the roof up, unscrewed the last bottom lip, the last rail, the lip on the top, because the aluminum was punched out of it, and tucked that all back underneath there and ran the screws back in. But I need to do some tugging. The center of it right here, you can actually see where it's kind of, the gap is changing on that aluminum. This part of it, this lip, needs to be pulled out, and at the same time you see the bow on those. They need to be kind of, that's got to get yanked that way. The other one the same, to try to get that a little more on the straight side. They probably kind of meant to flex. That's probably the springy part of it to make sure it keeps tension on the door. It's got it there. And more on the bottom. That's good enough. Same thing there. Biting on the top and the bottom. So I figure if I tug those in a little bit further, I'll probably even catch a little bit more. But if it stays like that, that's fine. Oh, you want to crack it open? The inside's plywooded up. See if I can place. I got a customer. Problem living on a busy street. You get end of a busy street, everybody turns around. Shall we? Just for the occasion. So yeah. Ta-da! That with the skating wheels are, I recessed them down to the metal, and then it's got a good bolt through. I'm going to double nut it. I'll probably end up filling up with crap over sometime, but it gives me the capacity to change them. And where the latches are, I still have sitting proud, but I think what I want to do, these left and proud for now, is I may want to put some kind of lock on the inside. I may use the same hardware as something you put over from the inside to lock it. You know, maybe some wing nuts and a plate that you can kind of pop on, you know, sandwich over this and lock it from the inside too. But we'll see. And that's that free plywood that was at the warehouse. It's got a tongue and groove seam down the center of it here, so I had to hammer the crap out of that to get them together. Older plywood with different waves and weaves put together. That stuff's not pressure treated, but it's got a bunch of, this one's got a bunch of paint on it. That one's just got some kind of crap, whatever machine was up there, kind of pilfered onto it, and it does have one hole. But that's okay, maybe we'll make that a peephole In the rear gate. Backup camera. So this is the lip I'm talking about, so you can get it. I don't know if you guys can see the curve that's in it. So I got to make something that grabs it right here, and I'll yank back with a chain and a tractor. Both of these are set up. I know it's dark, I should grab a light. I'm gonna call it the springs. Garage door opener springs, we'll call them. This one was off when I went to go open it, and when I spun it around, the cable wouldn't go back on. I was trying to rerun it, and it had a big section of flash right across the top too. I had to go file them in. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Might be where that seam is right there. So the thing was like popping and hopping in different tracks all over the place. So I took care of that, and I just matched up the winds to what the other side had, and everything was all set. It seems like it's the perfect weight for the trailer, for the door. It stays down and it gives you plenty of assist when you're putting it up. That's it. Other than sealing, I will do a bunch of. I don't know if I'll paint the decking or not, or I just gotta get a seal that goes all the way around it. The idea of talk about leaks. People are making comments and what do you do and this and that. Here's my philosophy. And insulation. I don't want to insulate it. I want the areas that are pockets that are inside of it. Anything gets in them, they could drain right out the bottom. I don't want to make it so that it's clogged up and something that soaks it up and then just sits there wet all the time. That does more damage than anything. Well, so I'll paint what I can. I'll spray oil on what I can, and I'll flash what I can. But eventually, water's going to get in, and it's just the nature of what the trailer is. You got a door this big on the back of something, that gets hammered on, it's going to leak. So if you allow yourself where you can kind of piss out the back side of it and give it a path to go, it should do its best. I mean, not that you don't attempt to not make a leak, but it's just gonna. So the corners are hammered. You see where the gate was kind of flopping around and rattling and cutting into there and wore all that aluminum out of there. So I got to make some patches, and we'll slide them up under. If I can do that, I don't have to do that right now. Got to peel that back. That weld is not that great in there now, is it? It's welded here, but I could use a little strengthening. And same here. So I'll make some flashing out of the stuff, the old metal that I took off the doors. That's all my patch panels now. That stuff. So I like the way that came out. You're trying to make a happy medium between doing a good enough job for what you're going to use it for, or being a hack. Do you want to make it perfect? It's too much time and effort to put something and make it absolutely perfect. You can get it close enough to what the job it needs to do. Sometimes that's the direction you need to take something, else it'll just never come together. You'll stall out on the project. So my goal is to get the trailer good enough to be put on the road, meaning all the body, all the lights working, tires, brakes, and the battery backup. And just get it so it's a functioning box. No matter what, I can at least use it as a trailer and just shove my stuff in it and use it. But once I get it to that state, then I'll start chasing the other issues as far as shelving and get a feel for it. Anyway, this has been going on 9 minutes. I've been just sitting around the camper trailer rambling. Oh, I was going to get the flashlight. That's what I was going to do. All right, give me another. So all the wires put back on. I may make some kind of a little bit more protection in the corner, but that's all they used for it, was just some of that. So if it tucks out of harm's way behind that plate, that might be just fine. Just gotta remember that it's there, just like you gotta remember the wires are there. How's that for a ramble? All right, guys. Again, thanks everybody for watching, commenting, subscribing. I think skylights should be next. Let's close up shop.